Tim Walz is a freaking moron, and I'm going to tell you why. Hey guys, welcome to the Shermichael Singleton Show. If you like our content, click that subscribe button now and hit that notifications bell to be notified of future shows. Now, Tim Walz, you guys remember Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota. He was the running mate for former Vice President Kamala Harris. He was the guy who was supposed to make men vote for Harris. He was supposed to speak to that working class guy, the hunter, the gun guy. I'm a hunter. I'm a gun guy. There's not a damn thing about Tim Walz that inspires me to want to support him in any political endeavor he were to pursue. There's nothing about Tim Walz that comes off as masculine, as strong. To be quite frank, I think he's a pretty pathetic guy. Now, Tim Walz recently made some ludicrous comments about Tesla. You guys know Tesla stocks are dropping like crazy right now. There are these clowns all over the country that are doing some terrible things to Tesla storefronts and Tesla cars. But I want you to watch what Tim Walz had to say, and we're going to talk about it.
Saying on my phone, I don't know, some of you know this on the iPhone, they've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. So, and if you own one, we're not blaming you. You can take dental floss and pull the Tesla thing off, and take out, just telling you.
225 and dropping. He's talking about Tesla stocks currently being $225, and that's probably even lower now. Why would you applaud the failure of an American company? Tesla cars are the most American-made cars out of any manufacturer in this country. Ford, Chevrolet, GMC. It's not them. It's Tesla. Most components of Tesla are made in the United States, unlike some of those other manufacturers that I just mentioned. But yet Tim Walz doesn't appear to care about that. He doesn't care that Tesla employs thousands of working class people all across this country. Some of those working class people undoubtedly are probably Democrats. I'm sure some of them didn't vote for Donald Trump. Some of them may not even like Elon Musk's politics. Yet they're happy to be bountifully employed, to have good benefits so that they can take care of themselves and take care of their families. But that's not what Tim Walz cares about, ladies and gentlemen, because he's a moron. I said it. He's a moron. Imagine if that guy would have been the vice president of the United States of America. Whew. We dodged a bullet with that one. We don't want a vice president that's going to applaud the failure of American-made companies merely because he didn't agree with the politics. Now, some will say, well, Republicans have done similar things, boycotting Target or Anheuser-Busch, etc. That's true. Republicans did do that, but they just protested by not buying the product. Republicans didn't cause destruction, weren't tearing up property, weren't committing crimes, felonies, criminal behavior. They didn't exhibit that. They just said, hey, we don't like your positioning on this particular issue, Target, Budweiser. We're going to go shop elsewhere. We're going to go buy beer from another company. But that's not what Tim Walz and many on his side, not all, because there are a lot of Democrats who have condemned this. Even Congressman Ro Khanna out of California, he represents Silicon Valley. He's one, I think he was the first Democrat to come out and say how abhorrent this actually was. These actions of these young people burning Tesla cars and destroying Tesla dealerships. Elon Musk actually reposted a thank you to Congressman Ro Khanna, again, a Democrat. So not all Democrats are deplorable, to use a phrase from Hillary Clinton. You guys remember that, the bag of deplorables. But some are, clearly, like Tim Walz, who thinks it's okay to applaud the failure of an American company, or the potential failure of an American company, with no sight in mind about the implications of said failure on people who rely on this company for work. It doesn't matter to him. It doesn't matter if there are pensions, Americans, big, large in terms of investment into Tesla. It doesn't matter if they're hurt. All that matters to Tim Walz is that Tesla fails because Elon Musk is bad. Why? Because Elon Musk supports Donald Trump. Now, Elon Musk has been very clear in the past. He supported Democrats. He was a Democrat, did not support Trump when he ran the first time around. And Democrats were happy to have Elon Musk's support. They were proud that one of the wealthiest men in the world supported Democrats. They were happy that one of the greatest minds in terms of ingenuity and entrepreneurship was a member of their party, a supporter of their party. But oh, how the tides have changed now that he supports Donald Trump. I want you guys to take a look at what Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful for Shark Tank, recently said on CNN. Now, you guys know Mr. Wonderful. I was on this panel with Mr. Wonderful yesterday in New York. Listen to what Mr. Wonderful has to say about just how stupid Tim Walz actually is.
I mean, you heard
what
Tim Walz.
protest? You're a criminal.
I'm talking about Tim Walz and his comments about the Tesla stock. He says it gives him a boost to see that stock going down.
That poor guy didn't check his portfolio and his own pension plan for state. It's beyond stupid what he did. He's talking down a 3.5% weighting in his own pension plan. I mean, what's the matter with that guy? He doesn't check the well-being of his own constituents in his state. I mean, that's their investment fund.
Point,
what a bozo.
The Minnesota Tesla State Board of Investment, they have 1.6 million shares in Tesla in their retirement fund, 211,000 shares in a non-retirement fund. It's a relatively small amount, but that's one company, one single stock, and that's because Tesla is a huge part of the tech growth. But this is not the first time that companies have been in the crosshairs of protests.
Pull up the next slide. I want you guys to see just how much money his state has invested in teachers' pension. I highlighted it for you. Tesla Inc. common stock, 1.6 million shares. The market value, $319 million. Now, this was as of June 30th, 2024. As of today, that $319 million is undoubtedly around $200 million. That's a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen, for the teacher's pension. And Walz is gleefully applauding this. He thinks this is great. He thinks it's wonderful. He thinks it's okay. This guy was going to be a heartbeat away from the presidency. This is the state of the Democratic Party. They want a champion. Not all, because that's not fair. And I believe in being objective. This is the state of many, particularly the leadership class of the Democratic Party. American carnage. They want to applaud the failure. They want to applaud the tanking of a stock of a company that is one of the greatest American companies in the modern era. Elon Musk, under his leadership, really did spur the electric vehicle race. Now, every manufacturer who makes a car now has electric cars. Even if you want to get a Ferrari, there's electric engines in them now. The Germans, hell, cars made in China. He spurred that race. And now we're seeing just how incredible the technology is with the battery powers. It's good for the environment. And Tesla, with their self-driving technology, is by far ahead of everybody else because they have so much on the road, real experience of people driving their cars. That's going to be the next frontier, which I believe will be spearheaded by Tesla. But Elon Musk, while he's doing his thing in politics, maybe you agree with him or not, that doesn't mean the company should suffer. And if you don't like Tesla, don't buy a Tesla. If you want to boycott Tesla, don't buy a Tesla. But don't be a stupid idiot and go and destroy property. Throwing Molotov cocktails, burning up Teslas, which, by the way, because of those lithium-ion batteries, it takes hours to put out those fires. You don't believe me? Just research it. You don't have to do that. If you don't like the man, don't buy the car. And most of the people who are doing this don't own a Tesla anyway. Hell, I'd be surprised if they even own a car. And yet you have people like Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, former vice presidential running mate, who could have been a heartbeat away from the presidency, gleefully applauding the tanking of a stock for a great American company. Elon Musk just rescued astronauts out of space. He just did. You don't have to like this man's politics, but there is no denying the genius of which he approaches entrepreneurship. And I'm not saying he's Einstein in terms of intellectual IQ. I believe Elon is smart, but I don't think he's Einstein. But what I do think is like any good manager, any good leader, with all the faults he may have, he also has an ability, an uncanny ability, I would argue, to push people for greatness. It's obvious. Starlink, Boring, Tesla, all of his companies. All of his companies have done incredible things to advance civilization and to also be a net benefit to the American economy. This is an American-made company, ladies and gentlemen, that's doing incredible things with American people, for American people. And yet, Tim Walz wants to applaud the potential destruction of this company because he doesn't like Elon Musk's politics. Tim Walz is within his right to criticize Elon Musk. That's not what I'm saying. If you don't agree with Elon Musk, criticize him. This is America. You have that First Amendment right. But you don't have the right to destroy property. Do we have the clip of the Teslas? I just want you to see the Teslas. Look at them. This is what they're doing. Play this clip, please. Look at what they're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're on fire. Just keep the still image up. They're on fire. Look at this. This is essentially what Tim Walz is advocating and applauding when he said, let the stocks tank. You have Tesla burnings on your hands, Tim Walz. And that's why I called him a moron. Because only a moron would applaud the destruction of an American-made company that employs thousands and thousands of Americans, that has spearheaded the electric car race, and that will spearhead next the driverless car race, which I think is coming soon. Only a moron could do that. And maybe it's because Tim Walz is desperately clawing for relevance. No one was thinking about Tim Walz before that stupid, idiotic clip. Hell, I know I wasn't, and you probably weren't thinking about him either. But the comments from people like Tim Walz leads to this. Destruction. These cars being burned. That's going to cost Tesla money. Money that they've now lost because they're not able to sell those cars. Money doesn't grow on trees, but Tim Walz doesn't give a damn about that. Because he wants to applaud the destruction of an American-made success story, all because he does not agree with the politics of the CEO. As I said, you have a right in this country to disagree. I strongly believe in the First Amendment. Don't buy the cars. But you don't have a right to do this nonsense. And when you do it, your ass will be arrested and you will go to jail, as you should. We're not tolerating lawlessness in this country anymore. That crap is over. And if people like Tim Walz wants to applaud this type of crap, he's only hurting the pension holders who have over $300 million of Tesla stocks in their portfolio. And Tim Walz, if you think that's good leadership, if you think that's something to laugh about, then you, sir, are the biggest idiot in the history of American politics. And I'm happy as hell you didn't get close to the White House, because you are what we call a disgrace. I'm Shermichael Singleton. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Tim Walz, these Democratic activists destroying Teslas. Is it okay? Is it not okay? We want to hear from you. Again, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notifications bell, like this video, drop those comments, share wherever you can. Let's help grow this channel. And also head on over to WTF.TV for more content like this, more exclusive content where I'm completely unfiltered. I'm Shermichael Singleton. Thanks for watching. Take care.